So raids did get a buff, with the Highland Warlords going back down to 6 provisions from 7 in the last patch, and this is probably where they're going to stay for a very long time. I think the problem with raids being overpowered has finally been addressed with just how things are flowing right now, and with the way that the meta is, I don't even anticipate warriors being in the meta, like the strongest Skellige deck, or the one that you're going to want to play against other matchups that are trending like Arachas and Stockpile and Frost and things like that. I mean, it'll do all right against Frost because you can remove engines, but a lot of the time now decks are going wide. Heist also buffed. So with that being said, we don't have a lot of AoE or wide punish, Fukusha being kind of the only one that has any sort of damage that goes wide with the rain that spawned. And a lot of the time we're overkilling, we're getting really good brand value, but we're not really getting rid of threats as fast as they pop up, making it really not that crazy to me. So, I wanted to test it out, kind of see where it's at. I don't think you guys have a whole lot to worry about this patch, but again, it is still one of those decks that can get you to pro rank, I'm sure. It's just not really saying a whole lot to me today once we've gotten there. And I've shared my experiences. You could see how it was a struggle in some of the games and, included losses as well. So with that being said, let's get into it. We have Patricidal Fury leader ability. We get to spawn Deafening Sirens, which are just damage tokens in their side of the row, and then we get Arnia off the Patricide after we've used the full leader, which is great. Mask of Ouroboros is going to help me basically throw a card in the grave so that we can enable Freya's Blessing if needed. In round 1 we pull that. Otherwise, War of Clans. And honestly, what I'm often tossing away with the mask is the Armor Up. I think it's the weakest card in the deck. I put it there to save provisions so I can kind of greed out this range here with a Drag Bondu and stuff like that. So you will toss that away often. If you do play 3 Warlords, you are getting, 5 points of damage plus 3. This card can be interesting if you find yourself in a position where the opponent's trying to bleed you in a round 2. They play an engine, then you go and you basically kind of play this afterwards so that you're killing off the engine, and then you're able to, get a few points on your side of the board as well. So, there are some applications that work for it, but not ideal most of the time. We have Tier, which is kind of the star of the show. You play this in second form pretty much every single time. Basically, it's going to be move a bronze non-neutral unit from your grave to your hand, then discard a card, right? So you could bring essentially one of the Raiders or Invaders to hand, and then discard a card, maybe being another one of those, or, again, something like Armor Up that you don't need. And then it's going to be boosting it by its base power. Because these cards have Veteran, they're going to be gaining 1 base power per round. And we have Drag Bondu. If we play this early and it's left unchecked, we can basically trigger the Veteran ability or increase the base power of the card at, once per turn. So that's kind of the idea with that. Tier could also be used for a Warlord if you're desperate, but usually I like to kind of pull the first one for a last save finisher, and then kind of go and see how many more resurrections we can get before he's answered. Generally, 9 times out of 10, they're going to answer him on the first try, but if they don't have a lock or something that punishes 9 points, you have obviously Fukusha for a resurrection, Herald for a resurrection, 2 War of Clans for resurrections, Freya's Blessing. It can get out of control very fast. Unfortunately for warriors, there is no Skellige Purify option, so you kind of have to deal with, all right, if he gets locked, we're in trouble. That's it. It's over, right? So pretty much it with that. There's not much you can really do. So Fukusha is often going to be used for Warlord. My backup to Fukusha tends to be Vabjorn. If it's a long round with Fukusha, I tend to go for like a Raider if I don't need her for this. That's kind of the idea there. Herald can be played in second form, no problem, but if you don't have to, you manage to go to round 3 with him, then he gets an engine whenever you play a warrior. You get to basically damage something by once, so once per turn essentially, or once every other turn, you're getting an extra point of value there. Blood Eagle did get buffed a patch or so ago, so it was 12 provisions, now 11, so it definitely helps out a little bit here, right? Being able to tutor pretty much any card from the deck, with exception to like Fukusha and Freya's and Drag Bondu. Really, everything else you pretty much have a way of getting into, because you can go for Vabjorn into a raid, or you can go for any of the warriors in the deck. So, that being said, the Bloodthirst 3 contingency can be easily achieved by the leader. So we have that sort of fail-safe, foolproof. King Bran, what I've been noticing in the games that I played today is that he normally gets a boost by 4. He comes down in round 3 at 8, if I'm not mistaken. So you're getting like a 12-point King Bran, but he also increases the veteran value at the start of the game for all the cards with veteran tags. So we're getting +2, +4, +6. So realistically, he's playing, 12 points on average, +6 is 18, plus, keeping these safe from removal, plus playing into like the tier value. So I would put him in the ballpark of like 20 points of value that you're getting from him, which again is irreplaceable in my opinion. We have Champion's Charge, Bloodthirst 3, destroy something. Oftentimes they go so tall that we can't obviously get it out with a Gutting Slash. We have to kind of go for a tall punish, so we have Champion's Charge to do that. I have a bit more thinning in my old version of the deck with Seagulls. I had 2 of the Aberdash. With this one, I only have 1 because we only have 4 pirates, and, I tend to toss one in the grave with Bondu. So, we have 3, and it would be nice to thin a little bit, kind of like a last resort type of play. And I think we're doing just fine because we have the 1 thin here. I have another one here. We have another one with Vabjorn, and I have 2 more with, Blood Eagle. So overall, we could even play this twice. So it's really, I find most of the time we're getting the cards that we need. We're thinning out about 5 cards. If we go first, we're even doing better. So that's kind of why I just have the 1 at this point, so we don't brick them. It feels pretty bad when you do, right? It feels kind of just as bad as like an armor up almost, if not worse. So there's that. War Clan's going to be pulling back a 4 provision card. I only have basically 3 in the deck, right? It has to be a warrior, but I have the ability to make more with the Feral Bond. I think Feral Bond's a really good card for kind of keeping yourself in round 1 if, you're getting pushed pretty aggressively, because we do get, 2 points off the rip, plus, whatever warrior we create. Bloodthirst 3, we get to choose what we want. It's not always that important. I kind of just like to play it as a proactive thing to do. Cards that I'll pick from that, generally speaking, maybe a Great Sword would be all right. If it's a long round, you can go Brockfar, which is fine. Drummond Berserker tends to be really good, or you can take an An Craite Warrior, because this plus a War of Clans juiced up in a later round could be like another tall punish essentially, because you get 3 points of damage off this, plus whatever this gets up to. If you've played, 3 of these, then you're looking at, 8 points of removal, which I think is really good. So you have that. Again, just pretty straightforward stuff here. Nothing out of the ordinary. Brockfar is just your only sort of AoE control. If you're playing against, insectoids, this card's not always going to hit, but it does play okay in a Hive Mind round, so consider that. But this is Warriors, man. This is kind of what I would use if I was trying to take it seriously and playing raids this month. Do I think I want to continue playing it this month? Probably not so much, but if you're newer to the game or getting back into the game, you want something relatively easy to play that's relatively strong, this is definitely something you want to do if you're playing Skellige, because a lot of these cards are usable in different decks for Skellige. It's a good use of scraps. I think it's like 7k scraps, if that, so it's not overly expensive to craft. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to be moving on to other more kind of like interesting experimental things, I think, for the next video, but I was just curious about this one. It's sort of like, the check-in every time Warriors is affected. I like to see kind of what they're doing. So with that being said, that's why we're playing it today. Anyways, see you very soon in the next video. Have a good one. Enjoy the gameplay. All right, we got little Imprisonment coming up here first. That's not a bad hand. I think Freya's Blessing goes for now. We can maybe play these early. It's not that big of a deal. I just need proactivity, right? I want to keep Herald so we have him. Primal's not good if we don't have the Warlords, so there's that. And then I'm thinking maybe one of these goes back. Wow, that is steep. I have to take Aberdash with the Raider, so I have to do a blind Feral Bond. Perfect. And then we can throw away something. Oh my gosh. It's probably going to be the Brockfar because we can get it back. So right away we see Sunset Wanderers, right? Do we think it's Madoc?
You will not regret this, good sir. Please wait, your excellency. Falling behind.
Really? Okay. I don't know if it's like a Renfrey deck with Sunset. Because I don't know if that's really worth a lock. It's not doing much. Does that mean you want to use the second one on this, though? I'll play around Assassination just in case, but you want to use your second leader charge to lock 2 points. Because you just locked 1 point. So it's not Renfrey. This is going to backfire because I'm going to get Blood Eagle. Sahil, gotcha. That makes a bit more sense to me, actually. They do not fear Champion's Charge at all? I'm probably just going to take the other bond. Still better to do this, honestly. I'm gonna have to save dash for round 2. Why would you kill that? Why not kill that? Because I can just replay it. Okay. The clog doesn't do a whole lot considering I have the free thin off the arcane tome here, so I'm just going to go and take Freya's now. So that we have that played. And then so now we're getting +2 on the raid. And then I'm actually thinking about taking maybe just a Berserker here. And then just looking for a pass, probably. I've done pretty much everything I can do. Gutting Slash would actually kill that. We try hard enough. Oh my god. Disgusting. Do we keep going here? War of Clans is not really good. Fukushia is not bad. The Qcento Emissary is actually pretty good. Because then I can get more value from this engine. And then, I think I'm just taking armor up because I wouldn't want to play it later. That would be a good use of their second leader.
My duty? To stick my nose where it doesn't belong.
They're hitting for 4? Yeah. I don't mind thinning out savagery. This is a fairly good removal too. And we just nuke both of these, we win the round. My favorite part about this game so far is the trade back and forth of the wolves. Okay, so I'm going to pass, and I don't know what they're going to do. You should self-joust to save a point. Oh. Wow, okay. I'm getting... I think I'm actually just going to pass, man. We did what we had to do. I got Blood Eagle and a bunch of free stuff from their tome. And then... not very good picks, okay. This is looking solid. Do they bleed though? Should I save Brand for later? That's a bit better. Can't save Brand here. We actually have to play the Raider. We'll use Herald round 3 for an engine. And I think I want to save Leader. So that's obviously what they're going to do is they're going to take... they're looking to lock tier with the second one. Okay, 2 of these is pretty good. I just want to make sure that I don't brick the Vabjorn. And then we throw away 1, we take back this. That's fine. Yeah, it's got to be that. Then Herald brings back this, and we take another one with this, depending. So we have everything we need. Why that isn't the quickest lock you've done in your life, I don't understand. We're also going to thin down to 3 cards, which is really cool. 2 cards, actually. There you go.
Push on! No mercy!
Bravins has to go Emissary.
Your name, young man, should be cursed into an urchin.
Please wait your excellency.
I feel like that's just a good champion's charge, honestly. It also prevents them from being able to properly play the informant. Two deck guides in a row. There's one card in the hand in round 3 that's not premium, but it's supposed to be. I don't know if that's like a thing. So they're gonna play... Really? Mondu? Yeah, it's not really gonna do anything. Guess I'm playing this now, we have to. We can go with the Brockfar. I just want to remove this soon, you know? That's a good, very good use there. Alright. Let's go for it. That's dead. This plays. I brick the Vabjorn because the 1 and 4 is lost, which could be game costing. I can't let him see my weakness though, you know? We should just be fine. Killing an 8's not bad here. It's gonna have to be Bran for as much as possible after, so we'll do it this way. They can boost it in Grave, but there's no way they're gonna take it back. Watch they get Freya's Blessing. It's only at 8. I think I'm supposed to just play the Vabjorn like a dead one. Without Terra Nova, Vigo, Bravins, they already played Torres. I don't know where they get the rest of the points. They're definitely not doing Stefan, because I don't think you're fitting enough tactics in this deck. Especially with like Vile and stuff like that. And Mastercraft, you know. Of course you roll War of Clans. Just like everything that could happen that makes no sense to me is happening here, so. This is fine.
Worry not. We'll tend your ankle biters too. Did you die already? Or need I kill you again?
We just hit for 4. And this is worth... 11's good. And then we just get Bloodthirst 3, we just get the Zeal on that, we're fine. We win the game, probably by a lot. Even though they got a couple high rolls there, even though I miss Bondu. So. All right, Reckless. Coming up here first. So we have a thin here. I've got one of these in pocket with access to the second. I don't necessarily want to play one of these from hand. That's better. And this is not my primary target, so I'm probably going to put one back. I don't love how this leader ability is going to obviously chew back through the wolves, but we're going to have to do the best we can. This is the Shoop one. It's not the Witcher's one, so there's that at least. The only issue though is they're playing Erendite and you know, all the echoes, and it's gonna be a really big problem for me. Like, they're just gonna get so much tempo, gonna be able to bleed. Short round 3, they're gonna do better at that. They're gonna steal my tier with a Shoop C's. I'm just hoping that they... Do you waste both leader charges to take out a Bondu? Nope. Use one, probably. There you go. We can live with that. I have a really good Brockfar, though. If they're playing Tome, am I playing Tome back? I have so many different raids. If you want to Heatwave that card, that's okay. I've got another one. I think I'm kind of just down.
Come on! Show us what you got!
4 and then bring. I can make it so their Lippy's worse if they try to do that early. Wait, how does that work? What is my rationale for that? Oh yeah, if they dump stuff into their grave. But it's banished if it's Troll Porter. Okay, I made no sense there, I don't think. Either way, we're killing Roach. That's a nice problem, but you're not going to get it. They want to seize it. I'm okay with that, though. If you want to give me extra points, like, we could do that. Since it's boosted, it doesn't really feel that good, you know? Oh, shoots. I'm just gonna keep going. Oh my gosh. Ah. It's so embarrassing, man. That was my one chance to get my Thin. I mean, take it if you will. There you go. I'm so upset about that play, man. Damaged by the amount it's damaged. This plays for 7. this place for 8. Technically, armor would ruin that, but... Okay, so now I just have to hit net on something else, right? We should be fine. I promise you, though, if you've stayed with me, I'm going to lock it in, because that mistake with playing Aberdash for a death blow was just accidental. Like, that was dumb. Of course you get Donar. I think this is the play here. Pretty nice grave you got there. Squirrel for the beagle. No? Oh, okay. I feel like my whole game is just messed up.
Women, children, elders, we spare none.
Because the shoot deck's no joke. Please take resilience. We kill that instantly. No, they know. I think I'm still going to take it out. I'm willing to just play Feral Bond and go into a round 2 bleed, honestly. Because they have to still do the Lippy. Still my best option, I think.
What's 3 hours in the arse? A pinprick, that's what.
I would like to maybe save some points.
Sit at my table and let's drink.
I think we just go for the heavy push because they can't take Shoop on the first turn. It's going to be that, actually. That's perfect.
Washes away old shame. We'll build up Skellige with our bare hands.
That, and then that goes back. You better have a lock. No need. Still better to take the invader. I'm up by 20.
Tend your ankle biters too.
I'll smash your mug.
I think we 2-0.
Very corpses. Nay, feed our foes to the crabs like
I don't see it.
Time for some marauding.
Yeah, there you go. With that round 1 mistake too.
Blood washes away old
Alright, we got Precision Strike coming up here next. We go first. It's going to be a tough one, but we're going to get it done. Good. Probably dies. We'll keep Freya's. This will work for that. We'll do it properly this time. We need this point swing. We could put back clans. Bondu's a good opener. I don't need double gutting. These are good for momentum. I don't even know if I need single gutting. I think we're just gonna dump it. Thinning is winning, right? So realistically, this is the worst card in the deck, and it's there for this reason, so we're gonna put it back. So offering All God? Or just bombs, okay.
Don't you worry yourself, your grace. We'll get it done in no time.
That's fine.
The stench of beer. I knows it well.
I think this deck is a lot stronger in Nilfgaard nowadays than it is in Scoia'tael. We're just gonna go Blood Eagle here, aren't we? I'm probably just gonna kill off this to get rid of the engine. Now the real question is, do they play dragons plus bombs? Because that could be annoying. We'll just go with this. Kind of focus on getting some Bloodthirst. I don't love the placement there. I was thinking the whole 3-2-1 bomb, but they could do it anyways. I just don't want to give them more value. That's fine, I could replay it in round 1.
We serve her who is virgin, mother, and crone.
I think it's important for us to win the round. Oh, they bricked? Why are you taking it, though? You could have just held it. Kind of running out of... Like, everything's so shallow, it's not worth killing. I have 2 beasts. 3 comes down. 4, 5. It's not worth it. It's better off taking this.
Mayhap you'll gawk at Arachas marvels too one day.
Sure. I can't really do anything here. It's such a bad hand for... Like, I have Bloodthirst 1. I can't even take this properly. This doesn't play for full value. I could float it, but it's not really worth it either. Maybe I do. I just float it, then I play Savagery to get out. I want to see how far they'll take it. They've already spent leader, essentially. The Sabertooth is getting absolutely no value. Really? I think that's a pretty good roundup trade, don't you? I mean, I guess. I'm just gonna kill that because it makes the most sense if they have no more bombs, but also... Just give me something 4, like 5 points. Because if I can at least get 2 pings off Brockfar, I'm kind of happy with that. Okay, well, we're gonna lose the round now.
A sage conversed with an ape. Time for you to die, Dwan.
Yeah, there's just no room to 3-2-1. I could 3. This can play for 5 points. It's not worth it. I think I'm actually fine with that. The fact that I got out Simless, full leader, heat wave, against a deck that doesn't really have a lot of points when we do, I'm feeling pretty good about it. This has to go for now. This has to go for now. I'm not feeling great about this hand, but I'll take Herald on a pass, maybe. It's hard to say. Herald could be a good engine for round 3. King Brand's got some good carryover. That's the benefit against playing, like, low power stuff, is you do get a nice brand at the end. Normally, I'm just happy about what brand plays for just being put in deck if it doesn't get any extra value. At least you give me something to target, right? I don't think they're accounting for the second one that I played. Because this is, like, super easy now. Now they've got waylays that they can't do anything with, and Simless has already been played. So I'm not really sure where this is going. Let's take this so we can get more value off the raids later. Again, I don't think they've played a single unit worth more than like 4 points. This doesn't count because it's hidden. I guess this would be the one. It's just, I'm not going to get good value off this at all. Let's just sink for 3. But it doesn't matter though. You're just going to put back Heatwave, okay. We'll just take this and we get the pass, we keep Fukusha, right? I actually don't mind saving leader because I need these points, like, for rain, we could trade on that, like, it's fine. So they have to decide if they're going to heat wave. Damn, eh? Fukusha goes for... I think I'm going to go Fukusha into Vabjorn, because Tyr's probably going to get removed. I feel a little bit better about doing it this way. Just throwing away the gutting. My plan changes, though, if they don't heatwave this. Or lock it. Okay, so now they have heatwave and that. I'm screwed, right? What's the most value? Vabjorn into... Abor, probably. Because then I have options, right? They can't triple tall punish me. Can they? That's one. Heat waves 2.
Pissing in the moat? Oh, you're dead.
Should I just play Bran first? I gotta play around a haze, don't I?
Me or me.
That's a good reset. But even with yeah, even with a heat wave, it's over, right? Like you have 0 points. Yeah. They spent everything in round 1. This is gonna be a nightmare. So Rosemarella, one of the best players in the world. We happen to be playing against him. I would imagine he's playing Tatterwing, and we don't have wide punish. So again, really tough situation for me to be in. I don't love it. I'm gonna have to put back War of Clans because I have nothing in Grave. I wouldn't mind establishing Grave though with an Invader. Probably gonna have to put this back. I don't mind keeping Savagery because we have a way for it, but honestly, Armor Up's pretty bad, so I think I'm gonna put that back first. We'll find out very soon what's going on. Obviously, win condition here is going to be Hive Mind. Oh, maybe it's something just better. Look. No Tatterwing. Love it. That scares me. What's coming? Maybe Barbagazi buff. Archaspore was buffed recently as well. Could be just trying to play in with that sort of... Oh, okay. So how do I take this down? I don't think it's worth taking Champion's Charge full leader, honestly. But I wonder if it is. No. Here's the thing. Imagine. I know he's playing Bonded, so he's going to hyper thin it out. What I'm worried about the most is purifying the whole board of tokens and playing Morntard at the end. Or just playing Morntard at the end. So I can't play Champion's Charge, I have to save it. So I have to just stick to the script, honestly, and just play the second one. We have to follow the sequence here. It's going to be slow, but I think what our best option is going to be is just defend a bleed round 2. I have to win round 1, that's the problem. Jeez. At least they have a good Brockfar setup. So replays. I think we're just waiting for a bit. This is at 4. We'll just go in for a swing. I'm getting tired of the premium bug. Okay, so that is a problem. I got nothing, honestly. Spawn a base copy if they injure it. How would it get injured? It probably wouldn't. I don't like giving bleeding because they could just basically... It's gonna have to be this. This plays for the most. So it does not look like I'm going to win round 1. There's actually not a lot we can do. So we have to leave. You know, be the most insane play is like a full board full of 1 Siegfried, then going in and just taking Morntart. Because that would kind of fall into this deck pretty well. So I've got 2 of these, which is cool. I need to play at least 1 of these. I don't love the hand. I need him to spawn to the point of no return so I can play Fukusia. Otherwise, we're just going to start off with the Herald. On a pass, though, I'm just going to play a Invader. Keep it simple. Okay. So we'll just start off like this, honestly.
Blood for foul blood!
Worry not. We'll tend your ankle biters too.
That's a lot. If he plays in and cannot defend card, then we've essentially reversed it, and I'm good. I need you to play another card here. Not that one. I take it back. Okay, that's not really my biggest fear. To me, it just looks like you want to bleed, but you don't want to go crazy with it. So I still have time to play the Raider.
Feed our foes to the crabs while they still live.
Okay, that's an easy kill. No, it's not. That was the first, that's the second. They played the other second, so we should be fine. 20. I still have room to actually play the other Raider.
You die already, or need I kill you again?
I think I'm floating this just in case. Erendite, jeez. Was not even accounting for that. Do I actually just take... I think I'm gonna have to start doing rain, because it's not looking like he's stopping anytime soon.
Show us what you got!
Okay, we're gonna dome that easy with this, right? And get some carryover. Okay, I guess I'm gonna switch to Gutting Slash. Yeah, it's a tough gig. I guess he gets card back. The problem is that, obviously, They arrow at the beginning around 3, kill tier. If they have a heat wave though, or spores, we're in trouble. Actually, it doesn't even matter, because Morntart, right? Like, it kind of equalizes things. At least he used the Mushy Truffle. I'm wondering what the best move here is. I think I'm gonna play this. I'm wondering if I ever should have used these leader charges, though. It might make a difference. Maybe giving like 2 of them. We'll have to see. What is left to give? I just have these, right? I don't even need this. That's better. That's better. We need Bloodthirst for Aberdash, so we're fine. It's a good thing we saved them. Okay. I feel good about my decisions now, so... The only one I don't feel good about is, what do we throw? Probably the bear, I guess. It has to be. It doesn't... I don't want it to be. It just has to be. A Pred dive would be more humiliating. That's pretty bad, too. I don't need to overkill anymore. The fact that I miss Bran in this matchup really hurts, because Bran is, like, thick, you know? That squirrel was game-changing, too. Honestly, just well played all around. He's gonna have a huge finisher. Maybe we draw it, though. Like, maybe I get lucky enough and we pull that Bran. Honestly, the Bran, the Freya is like, give me either of those and I should be decent. I think I'm okay with that. Still BT, so I have time to think about it. What are we at here? Ah, it's like tall punish that I don't need, you know? This plays for 9. Yeah, I just don't... Okay, at least we got a clean kill now. Look at this. I was kind of disappointed for a sec. Actually, I'm feeding into the Morntart. What is wrong with me? Not that it would have mattered. I'm just going to take this now. It's still going to be her.
Look closely, kiddos, on thy courageous mother.
Yeah, I think we're dead on board. Like, once they play, what is it? Okay, Morntart, and then what? It's going to be Heatwave? Yeah. Well played. I feel like we did the best we could, honestly. They had so much tempo in round 1, but...
Resist the Jarl's will, and that's how we'll end you.
There you go. By 4 points,